Hi everybody, I'm Anton. I'm an intern at EAPRIL and today I'm gonna give you a short webinar about how you can make your session interactive. If you like this webinar, you can definitely find more of us on Facebook, so be sure to leave a like. A couple of weeks ago, I went to a conference in Brussels. And however, the content was really interesting, I do miss some interaction. Only during the last 10 minutes of each session we got the opportunity to ask questions. On the other hand, everybody that ever gave a session knows that it's pretty difficult to create interaction. You do not know what kind of audience it is, and some people do not even know how they can make your session interactive. That's why I made this webinar. Why would you make your session interactive and how can you actually do it? In this webinar, I'm quickly going to tell you all some tips and tricks how to make your session interactive. Many of these tips will seem very logical, but unfortunately, in practice, not a lot of them are actually being implemented. So, let's get started with tip number 1. Tip number 1. Getting attention. It is really boring and confusing for an audience if the speakers directly start talking about concepts where the audience actually has little knowledge of. Just like in movies, you have to have a short introduction and get the attention of the audience. Engage the audience, ask a question. This relatively short phase has to address the topic you are going to talk about. By doing this, the audience will be able to bring up their prior knowledge regarding the topic, and will therefore create conceptual hooks that they can use further on. For example, you can do a thesis game. You just project a daring thesis like 9/11 attacks were a conspiracy, and then the audience has to agree or not agree. Hereafter, you can have a short discussion about this thesis and continue to the next phase. Tip number 2. Ask questions and use their ideas. After your amazing introduction and attention phase, the audience will probably be awake enough to start listening to you. And at this moment you can go into more detail about your topic. There is nothing wrong with just saying what you have to say, and it can even be good to just talk to the participants. But then you have to ask yourself the following question. Did the audience really learn? And did the audience enjoy your session? You have to see your audience as individuals whose brain is constantly working. They are asking silently questions, and therefore you have to leave some space for them to ask these questions. Do not speak fast or insecure, and leave some room for questions and answer rounds during your session and not only at the end. To create interaction, it is also important for you to ask questions. Your audience will not always be enthusiastic enough to ask questions, and therefore you should prepare some yourself. Depending on the audience, you can ask easy questions or difficult questions. You can also take it a step further. Use their ideas. You can use different approaches in a way that they have to write down or express their ideas. The Transformational Lab format, for example, is a format that pushes people to express their ideas and collaboratively come up with solutions to a given problem. If you would like to know more, or if you are just interested in this format, please check out the link below. And without further ado, we continue to tip number 3. Tip number 3. Variation. There are speakers that are so charismatic that you can listen to them for hours and hours. But even then, the brain is not capable of keeping full attention all the time. Just like you have to bring variation regarding what you eat, like vegetables, meat or meat replacing products, fruit and so on, you also have to bring variation to the participants. Show a movie, do a brainstorm, ask questions, use objects, do a poll, it can even be an online poll, and so on. This does not mean that you cannot just tell what you have to say. It means that you can step outside your comfort zone and try something new. Some approaches do work with certain audience, but some approaches unfortunately do not. You have to try it out yourself Otherwise, you will never know what the effect of certain approaches are. Tip number 4. Alignment. Now that we talked about getting attention, asking questions, use their ideas, and bring variation, it is time to talk about alignment. Let's say you have to teach someone how to swim. You first do all the moves on dry land, and then you give the pupils an exam in the water. It speaks for itself that the chances are pretty high that the person will drown. For this reason, you as a speaker have to make sure that your goals, what you want to teach, are aligned with how you are going to teach them. For example, you want to show the participants the differences between using iPads in lessons and using regular textbooks in lessons. You can then give them an iPad and a regular textbook to them and let them solve exercises. In this way, they will hands-on experience the differences themselves. Or let's say you want to teach them more about distributed leadership. Then you just give them a task where they have to use their own individual experience as a group to solve the given problem. One last example. If you want your participants to know how school leaders can improve their relationship with teachers, you can prepare a role play. Tip number 5. Deliberate practice. As I already said, you have to experiment with interactive approaches, but you also have to deliberately practice. For example, you want to become bulkier. You can then go to the fitness every day, and it is very likely that you will become bulkier every day. But you can also go to the fitness and note down your progression, find new exercises, see what kind of schedule is best for you, and so on. By doing this, you will definitely make more progression. Maybe you do not have the chance to give many sessions. Can you deliberately practice if this is the case? Yes, of course you can. Even with a small amount of possibilities, deliberately practicing is possible. Prepare your session well and evaluate yourself afterwards. Maybe the participants can help you with your evaluation. Tip number 6. Authenticity. An audience can really feel it if you try too hard and if your way of speaking is just not natural. If you are standing in a shop and you are hesitating to buy something, the last thing you need is a shop owner that does not know its own product and cannot help you any further. This is also the case for giving a session, especially an interactive session. Prepare yourself well and tell a story, not just random facts. Try to bring the story as if you were sitting with your best friends in a bar. Do not use difficult words and just be yourself. I hope you all enjoyed this video and that you can use these tips for the next time you are giving a presentation. If you like this video, be sure to give us a like and see you next time.